G'day, I'm Mark Boxer and it's 2023, so that means that Ryco are now the official filtration partner for the Supercars Championship. So in this Ryco Workshop Heroes, we're at Nulon Racing. We're going to check out the new Camaro. Hey Matt, how you going?
Hello mate, how are you?
Long time no see.
Yeah, welcome to Nulon Racing.
Pretty impressive setup you got here, so give me the guided tour.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, come through. We're obviously a new generation of car now, so we've got our two Gen 3 cars sitting here. We're, as you can see, still waiting on parts that come through from the category. So, you know, we're 2 races into the championship now, and we're still sort of, you know, there's still a little bit of damage that happens front and rear of these cars. And you can see Riley here is our #1 mechanic for the Jimmy Golding car, and he's repairing these front bars now. No under tray with these things, and they basically come in 3 pieces. So
okay.
lot of man hours in putting them in together, but they look pretty cool once they're done.
You got to make sure everything looks the part for when it gets back on the track.
Yeah, exactly. They need to be showroom before they get pushed in the truck. They're in showroom condition before we head to the next event. So yeah, attention to detail is everything in this industry, and these boys do it very well. And you know, with the black car as well, it shows up everything. So we need to be extra. Spend a lot more time on the black car and making it look $1 million. Nice.
Nice. Well, I mean, give us a look around the car and we'll...
Yeah. So big changes to the cars this year. They're very a lot easier to work on this year, which is great. Makes the mechanics' lives a lot easier. But they're broken up into sort of 3 different sections. You know, we've got the front half of the car here with the chassis rail extension forward. Then we have the mid clip, and hopefully, not that we ever want to talk about it, but in a big crash, if anything does go wrong, we can break the car up into sections, and everything here forward just gets unbolted. And then the same, the engine can be suspended if we do have quite a big crash, and this whole front clip section here can come out, and then all the componentry that hangs off that, all the top and bottom arms and the uprights, it all just gets pulled apart, throw the broken bits away and put it all back together again. So from that side of things, it's actually been designed very well. A lot of time and effort has gone into the design of this car, and now that we see it here, it's a very good process and something that we're excited about. Yeah,
and I mean, they are very much a race car now, aren't they? You know, you've been around the category for a while and seen it come from like a road car to this, and I mean, what are your thoughts on the latest version? I mean, they look cool as hell, but...
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. I think that not only do they look good, they still make big noise. You know, the racing's still fierce, it's still hard. You know, we come back out of AGP a week and a half ago, and qualifying, we had 25 cars within a second of each other. So it's still a very good category. The formula's right. You know, the parity's still very good. You know, there's still a bit of talk about it, but there's always going to be chat about that when you have 2 different manufacturers. There's always one team's going to be flying a flag for parity, and I think, you know, qualifying shows the cars might achieve a lap time a different way, but at the end of the day, when they cross the start-finish line, the lap time's very similar. So I think the parity's spot on, and we just got to get on with it now and go racing.
And I guess, you know, from a Ryco point of view, we've been doing some videos with Ken from KRE last year, looking at a little bit of the Gen 3 stuff, but then also looking at the sprint car engines. But now that with the engine programs being handled externally the teams, how does that affect the team? Does it mean you can concentrate more on other areas, and is there a lot more parity with the engines between all the Chev teams?
Yeah, definitely. So every team, you know, all the Chevrolet teams, for instance, we all zoomed into a meeting, and it was just like the lottery. You picked your number, and that was your engine, and that's it. So, you know, it's so handy for all teams to have that being looked after by someone else. You know, you get your product, you put it in the car, and away you go. So,
and let's have a bit more of a tour of the car. Give us a look around.
A lot of carbon fibre this year, which is great. You know, it's, as you can see, all the doors, all the quarter panels, a lot of carbon fibre, which is great, but it's very expensive as well. So you got to look after it. Steering wheel's a big change from this year. There's a lot of other dials and indicators that go on in the dash. Got a lot of engine mapping we can play with now. So keeps the drivers pretty busy. We sort of colour code everything to make it a little bit easier, and leg protection's still obviously pretty prevalent here. It's mandatory for the category. So you know, we are waiting for this to be carbon. That's one of the last things we're waiting for. Yeah, it keeps the driver as safe as he can and moves him over as far as you can to the centre of the car.